Om Shri Sai Ram. Thanking Brother Sudhindran for such an insightful talk, I now invite Dr. Anna Saraswati Konjar, Professor of English and French Languages at the University of Ljubljana in Slovenia. Dr. Konjar is the Overseas Ladies Bhajan Coordinator of the Sri Sathya Sai organization. She also teaches Vedam to school children. She was the co-founder of the first Sai Center in Slovenia. She has been instrumental in spreading Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's message of love and unity in Slovenia. Today, Madam will speak to us about Veda chanting and its curative effect on different faculties of the body. Dr. Anna Saraswati Konjar.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear brothers and sisters, Sai Ram to all of you. First, I would like to thank our Bhagavan to have given me this golden opportunity to share how the chanting of Vedas is powerful healing and how it can restore health even after a serious accident like I had in 2003. But before going into the details, let me tell you how I came to Bhagavan, because Bhagavan has changed all my life 34 years ago when I first heard about him. I was born in a Christian family and knew God exists all my life. My mother was very pious, and we prayed a lot. We went to church, and I had some very nice, very deep, mystical experiences with Jesus, with Mother Mary, with angels, especially on the First Communion. Jesus came like light to me, and I knew God is light. And so in my life, I was always searching for more truth. There were certain things in Christianity I could not understand, like why somebody is born crippled. I myself was very, very much sick all my life. And my brother and sister, they were healthy. So I was asking God, what did I do wrong that I'm like that? And of course, at that time, I did not know about the law of karma. So I was searching in other religions also to find this answer to this question. And like this, I came to a school. They were teaching Vedanta. Also, I was searching in Buddhism. And I learned there that we actually live in the time when Kali Yuga Avatar has taken birth on earth. And that he lives here in Prashanti Nilayam, and that his name is Sri Sathya Sai Baba. That for me was big revelation. I knew it's true, and I wanted to go straight to India, which has always been my longing. Even as a child, I was talking about India, Kurumandia, and I thought this is some promised land, not on earth. Many years later, I learned that Kurumandia is actually part of India. Deep in me was this longing for this sacred land of Bharat. Soon after I heard about Swamiji, I went to one Sai center, to Sai group. There were some Sai devotees who had actually been to here in Puttaparthi, and I listened to their stories, and I was thrilled. I wanted to go, but it was not time yet. My daughters were only 3 and 4 years old, and many members of my family have been very much opposed to my interest into this Eastern guru. Actually, I was threatened that if ever I took my girls again to a Sai meeting, they would take them away and I would never see them. That was too much of a threat. My heart was split into 2 parts, longing for Sai and being a mother. Motherly love to children is very important. So secretly, I was translating one of the books on Sai. The title of the book is "And the Greatest is Love." And this book describes the atmosphere here in Prashanti so vividly, so clearly, that in the spirit I was already here, although my body was in my country. And this went on for long 12 years. In '96, when my daughters were older, I could not wait any longer. I came with a group of Slovenians, and Swamiji, he was all love to us. He stole my heart at the first darshan, and I wanted to stay here forever with him. I came with a group of 20 other Slovenians, and Swami gave us the interview. So many things happened at that interview. He gave us his robe to establish the first Sai center in my country, and I got very much involved in the Sai organization. I was so happy to be able to translate Sai books. At that time, my living was, my profession was translator, court interpreter, and teacher of languages. I used to know 10 languages because all my life I was just studying and studying. I thought languages broaden our mind, and that maybe that was the reason why I also studied different religions, because they give different aspect to God. It's not that I forgot Christianity or replaced it. Like if we learn other language, we don't forget our mother tongue. The same way, I know every religion has so much wisdom. Each aspect that God wanted to give to the humanity came through one religion. So I was very, very happy to be able to come each year or even 2 times a year. And Swamiji was so, so nice all these years. But my family, they still thought I got mad about Swami, that I'm not in my real mind. So Swami somehow helped in the way that he appeared in our house in the body in front of my daughter, because she too thought I forgot about Jesus. And the more I wanted to explain to her, the worse it was. She knew how Swami looks like, because I had his photos all over the house. I had a small Sai group. And she knew that at the same time, Swami was here in Prashanti, and that only God can be at the 2 places at the same time. I thought now all the problems will be solved. Now everybody will know Sathya Sai Baba is God. But it wasn't like that. Nobody believed. And of course, they didn't even believe my daughter. They said she also got mad. It was just not their time yet. Now, the topic of my discussion is how the Vedic chanting can heal the body, different faculties of the body. And in 2003, I had a serious car accident. I was riding a bicycle when a car hit me and threw me on the ground. And my body was in a pretty bad condition. My spine was broken, my ribs were broken, I had severe concussion that caused memory loss, that caused speech impediments. I couldn't speak. I forgot all the languages that I learned, and I was stuttering. Even now you can see a little bit, I still have this impediment. But the chanting of mantras restored my health, and it and this is all because of our beloved Swamiji. He gave me that divine command to learn Vedas. It was in Vrindavan 2004 when he told me, learn Vedas. So I was wondering, how am I able to learn? My memory was gone. But I prayed to Goddess Saraswati, and I started with Medha Suktam. For 2 weeks, I was trying to memorize 2 lines of the Medha Suktam. It didn't stay in my head. I said, Swami, I can't learn. How can I learn? So I gave up. A few days later, in the middle of the night, my husband sat up and told me, learn Vedas. Then he went back to sleep, and in the morning he knew nothing about it. So I knew Swami was speaking through him. Now I really have to learn Vedas. And I prayed to Swami, Swami, you will have to make it possible. Once that I have completely surrendered to him, he did make it possible. I could not find any teacher, so I just bought the tapes and CDs that were available at that time. And from the studying of my other languages, I knew that Latin expression, repetitio est mater studiorum, repetition is the mother of learning. So I would be just listening and listening to these tapes, especially in the auspicious Sattvic hours of Brahma Muhurta. And also, before going to sleep, I would fall asleep with Veda chanting and wake up with Veda chanting. And slowly I noticed I can memorize. I memorized, was especially thrilled and taken to Rudram. I loved Rudram, just listening to it. Just listening to the mantras is so beautiful, and it gives us power and calmness, and I knew it has good effects. Although when I started learning Vedas, I had no idea about these therapeutic effects of chanting. Later, I learned that there are scientific studies, and now we read a lot about this, that show when mantras are chanted with proper intonation, duration, pronunciation, with everything as it should be, they create a melodious effect in the body and produce curative chemicals in the brain. So with this, I know now that chanting has done so much of this healing. When I was chanting, I still had a lot of pain, but after chanting and during chanting, the pain was almost gone. So I think chanting can be like a painkiller with no side effects. Chanting is a great memory aid. My memory capacity now increased to the level that I can chant with the chanters in the mandir. Most of the mantras they chant, some I still need the book, but from that very small level, it has drastically increased. My speech impediments are also much less. Although sometimes I still have like a disappearance of the voice. The chanting of mantras has helped also to improve my vision. I was born with a very poor vision and had to wear glasses all my life. And after the accident, I had much pain and had to wear big dark glasses. Now you can see most of the time I don't wear glasses. Chanting also improved my vertigo problem. Because I fell from the bicycle, for years I had this dizziness, very bad fear of falling. Now this is almost gone. Also, I suffered from chronic insomnia. I could not sleep. And now that I was many nights listening to Vedas, this is no longer a problem. So you can see that chanting and the grace of Bhagavan has really improved my health. And I hope this talk will be inspirational to, especially to elderly people who think they are too old to start chanting, or to handicapped people, to sick people, I hope they will start chanting, because it is never too late, nor too early to do that. And as Swami says, with chanting, we are sure to raise ourselves from human to the divine level. Om Shri Sai Ram.
May I request Mrs. Narainath Reddy Garu to come onto the stage and present a memento to Professor Anna Saraswati Kunja, please. Thank you, Mrs. Reddy Garu. Thank you, Sister Anna.